am the Oracle Apollo. Come share your light with me. These messages I follow, restoring balance unto thee. Do not be afraid, you're part of saving grace. Do not hesitate, let's reignite your faith. Divine encounters, alive. Divine encounters, our lives designed. I am the Oracle Apollo.
Thank you for joining me, your host, Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo, and you are watching Divine Encounters. Today is Wednesday night, where I bring you a supernatural story time, and this week is no different. But first, make sure that you have high-quality H2O. I know I'm the Aquarius water bearer here, but make sure you have some water with you, because this is not a passive TV viewing experience. No! What I'm bringing to you now is an interactive experience where we are going to be creating a divine experience together. And the water helps in the upshifts and release of toxins within the body. So cheers to your health, wealth, and prosperity. Fantastic. Today I'm bringing an amazing man here onto the show, and we're going to be talking about dragons. I grew up loving dragons, and I didn't have anything with scales, but I wore this ostrich feathers today because this is what was green that I had in my closet. So I'm feeling kind of dragony. I know it doesn't look dragony, but I'm feeling the dragon today energy. And if you have a good time with me, make sure that you like and subscribe here in Divine Encounters, because I live stream every Wednesday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Although Sundays is your horoscopes for the week. And if you enjoy meditating and growing and learning, feel free to join my free meetup group. It is meetup.com/Awaken Philadelphia. And everything I do on there is pretty much digital now. And of course, every week you have a chance to win an angel channeled personal blessing just for you at the end of this show Wednesday night. All you have to do is share the Sunday night episode 3 times, or tag 3 friends in it and comment that you shared. And right now I do have some potentials that I wrote down that I noticed who did share Sunday night's episode, and if they're here tonight, they will win a channeled angel blessing. And if you have a supernatural story time, or if you've ever been exposed or know someone who has had a divine experience or had miracle or a divine encounter, email me. I want to know. I want to hear your stories at divineencounters@e360tv.com. And if this is your first time joining, thank you for joining. This is going to be almost kind of like slightly like a workshop, because how this is going to flow is we're going to start off with something called the good news, which is the message for the collective. And then we're going to have a divine experience where I will be sending you energy work to uplift your energy, because we're in the middle of the week, right? To uplift your energy and shift you and clear you. Later on in the show, we're going to have an intuition building experience where you're going to have your inner child assist you in working with your psychic gifts that you'll be developing with me here. And then at the very end, we're going to have the midweek collective energy check-in, where I'm going to do a reading for the collective, and I will announce after that the winner of this week's private message. And of course, during the whole time, we're going to have our wonderful guest who's going to be talking to us today about spirit guides and dragons and lore, and I love it, and I cannot wait. Thank you, Catherine. I see you. And I cannot wait to bring him on. So without further ado, today on our Supernatural Story Time, I like to show you guys that the impossible is really possible, bringing on my man, Alan. Hey, you're here. Look how beautiful you look.
Hi there. I just thought I'd put on my best metal shirt for you. Well, drawing metal shirt.
Well, we're all fancy dressed today. I have my ostrich feathers. You have your fancy chainmail on. How long did this shirt take to make?
This one far too long. I've only recently been getting the ever since I started doing the DDPY yoga, I've started gaining the mental energy and desire to get back into doing things properly. But I've managed to do this kind of pattern in a way that I had not tried before. That allowed me to create these sleeves for the first time.
Wow. Those sleeves look amazing too. I don't think I would have had the patience to make that. I mean, I barely had the patience to pluck my eyebrows, and that's nowhere near as big as the chainmail shirt.
Oh, it's amazing how much patience I've actually been given thanks to doing chainmail over all these years. I mean,
Nice.
I even go so far as to make small objects as small as that.
Ooh, what would that be used for? So that's made of straight chainmail.
All
And
made of 4mm steel rings,
wow.
and it's what's known as a jelly cube. But this thing, not advisable to throw at people because it would hurt because it's steel.
I would have thought, like, okay, is that a weapon? Am I throwing that at someone?
A handy ornament, it's a handy ornament that you can look like you're fiddling with it, but if someone steps out of line, well, I think we can get the idea.
Don't make me throw my cubes at you. I have cubes and they will hurt.
That's the one.
So, Alan, thank you for being here with us today. You have an
Glad to be here.
amazing supernatural story time. So, where are you from? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm actually originally from Scotland. As quite plain. But I moved to the north end of England when I was 8 years old, and up until about nearly 20 years ago, from this coming November, I moved to the very south of England, on to what's known as the Isle of Wight, which is on the south coast of England, just a couple of miles opposite Portsmouth.
So now I know when I go visit England, I have a friend. I can go visit. That's what's up. What time is it there? It's 7 here, Eastern time.
Right now, it's about 8 minutes past 12 in the morning.
Oh, so thank you for being here extra late. It's like divine encounters after dark over there.
Oh, I'm used to it. You're lucky if I see my bed till about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm the
Thank
same
you.
way. Total night owl. Total night owl. How about you guys at home? Are you guys night owls? Let me know in the comment section below. So Alan's going to be talking to us all about dragons today, as I said earlier. But first, we're going to go ahead now and see what the good news is for the collective today. So with that, I say to you all, what's good? Okay, guys, what is good? Here is the good news for today. This is the collective message. And the card we have today here is the Great Severing. Wow. And the angel blessing, I know you guys can't see her. It is Angel Faith, and she is blessing us with serenity. And here's the message of the card today in my Siri voice. Let's go. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. This is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational, but do not be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. And we're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance that we can never escape. And if we aren't careful, before long we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. With this card, it could be two reasons that is surfacing. First, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we are hurt, it is normal to close off our heart to the world, to let the painful experience confirm the agony of separation in early life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children, spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially in yourself. Wow, what a message. And typically we don't have shadow cards as the message. So today was a shadow card, and that's okay because just like life, not everything is light, right? Sometimes we have to step into a shadow aspect of ourselves. Tina says, hello, Alan.
Hi, Tina.
And I see you guys. Tina shared and Sherry also shared. Yeah.
Hi,
So
Sherry.
all I have for you guys now is, since this is an interactive experience and we're trying to develop ourselves, is more than just receiving a message, right? So we have a question here. I'm going to let Alan answer it, and then you guys at home just put whatever you feel like is the answer. There's no wrong answers to this, right? We're just sharing here. Okay, Alan, how are you cutting yourself off from love? And this is, of course, pertaining to this card that we just pulled.
Actually, I don't see myself as cutting myself off from love, because I am actually connected in some very deep ways to a very unique group of people. Not just ATEX Nation, but also a crew that we call ourselves the Gypsy family. We sort of view ourselves as the sort of a sort of mental equivalent of the ragtag fleet of Battlestar Galactica. Different creatures, different races, different sexualities, different creeds, feelings, all mixed into one and all joined together under a common thing of we stand out apart from the crowd and be in that nature in one together.
That's beautiful. And here's one more. How can you soften towards those who have hurt you? That's a hard one.
It is. Depending on the hurt that has been caused. If it is something trivial, make up, apologize in the morning. But if it's something that is unforgivable, let go of the hurt and leave that person to the side if they are willing to do such harm to you.
That's good advice, friend. Let's see. I have a soul tribe full of love, and my family is full of love. I am full of love. Thank you for Sherry for participating in that awareness exercise. Let me see. The first question was, I just want to circle back to this. Right, that's not it. Here it is. How are you cutting yourself off from love? So I feel like for me, this question would be kind of like, where are the opportunities in my life to replace fear, to replace judgment, to replace not opening myself more to love? That's what I feel like this question is for me. And to that I say is to face fears, to allow myself to be uncomfortable, and to honor that discomfort as a process of growth. And I know I could be more loving. I feel like I'm a very loving person, but I know even everyone who is as open-minded as they believe they are, there's still aspects of yourself where you aren't. And there's still aspects that are going to challenge you. And that might just look something like, different for everybody, but there's some type of separation in between that causes us to not have as much love as we possibly can. Because, I've caught myself at sometimes going, well, when I was younger, especially, well, oh well, oh well, like we just kind of dismiss other people. But now I just feel like it's more like making sure that you're honoring what you're feeling and going through it anyways. Tina says, I've had to do that myself, Alan, with one of my sisters, but that's another story. And Catherine says, how much does your shirt weigh? Great shirt.
This one, but by the time I'm done, this will weigh somewhere in the region of about 4 stone, which rough equivalent US terms, that is 40 pounds, 14. That's somewhere about 50, 60 pounds, somewhere around that, between 50 and 60 pounds in weight.
So wearing your shirt is an exercise all by itself.
Yes. But
Awesome.
I'm hoping to one day do a project where the rings are made of aluminium and not 2 millimeter steel wire.
So nice and light
Yes.
with the aluminium.
Oh
Aluminium.
yeah.
A-
Aluminum,
aluminum. Aluminum.
as you said.
Aluminum. I'm like, wait, what? My mouth is saying what? Stop doing that to me, Alan. Stop it. So Alan, there was actually something. Every time a guest comes on the show, I always ask Source or Spirit or Universe to let me give them a message or let them acknowledge something in the show or
Yeah.
let there be some type of growth in the show. And I had a very interesting meditation early this morning, and I sent you energy. And what's interesting was I had a message come through, a visual one, and I'm not sure if it was for you, but it was dragon related. And so I want to share
Yeah.
that with you. And if it's for you, go ahead, take it. But if it's not for you, we can just put it into the wayside. But I just wanted to share what transpired as I meditated on for today's episode last night. And by last night, I mean like 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
So what I first saw, I didn't even know this was going to happen. But what I first saw, all of a sudden, I was in a church, and maybe a Catholic church, because what I was looking at, how the visual opened was I'm staring straight at a stained glass window, and I'm like, oh, I must be in a church because I'm looking at a stained glass window, and so I couldn't really make heads or tails of like exactly the image on it. But then the camera pans out back, and then I see a woman walking down an aisle, the aisle of the church. And she's wearing a veil and a like a wedding gown. And then I'm in the back of the church and I'm looking down the road, and all I can see is her train. I can't see her face or anything, just the backs. And she's walking with a man up the aisle, who I guess is giving her away. And he had like, I could see him from the 3/4 view from the back. So he had like a furry, maybe he had mutton chops, but he had like either a beard, a real thick beard, great like salt pepper color, or they were mutton chops. But I could see like hair, like a hairy man with her. And then it was weird because when I tried to look at her, it was like I was looking at a Polaroid picture, and the Polaroid picture started to burn, and it wouldn't let me see her face. Like it just like the whole dreamscape, this beautiful wedding visual. And I think the man was wearing a kilt, but I'm not sure. And the whole wedding visual kind of like disappeared, and then I saw a 3-headed dragon there. Then when I saw the 3-headed dragon, I saw a woman again, but this time the woman had a tongue piercing. And I saw her, and she looked very adventurous and unusual, and she licked your face. And that was it. That's all I had for that. It was just like, I have piercings, I'm a badass, and she just came and went like that right to your face. And I have no idea to make heads or tails of this. I'm just giving it to you. If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. But I just needed to give that to you because that's what I saw in my meditation this morning about this episode.
That's for someone else, because I can't remember anyone who I've lost with a tongue piercing. I know that.
And you know what? She showed me that tongue piercing several times. And it wasn't like the one that goes through the middle. It was the scorpion tongue one. Have you seen that? It goes through the front, like that.
The split tongue.
No, not split. It was just the piercings in the tip of the tongue instead of the back of the tongue. So if this is not something you currently know, I feel like this is somebody coming into your field. And she had short hair, super adventurous, and she had tattoos.
Sounds interesting.
Okay, we're gonna just put that in a little pocket then, and if something else comes up, I will tell you. But she was coming towards you, and like 3 times. She was very specific about showing me her mouth. She's like, you have to show him this tongue ring. This. So you know what? I feel like in a month I'm gonna get a crazy ass email and be like, hey, guess who I found? I feel like that's what's gonna happen with this. I swear, because these things they just don't happen for no reason. Is my point.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, Alan. Someone's coming in for Alan. Yep, and she had short hair. It was like a medium brown hair. Super adventurous. I want to say almost like she gave me like Laura Croft vibes. Super, maybe she's even Wiccan, or maybe she's even like witchy or earthy or something. But yeah, she's in your field, friend, and I
That
just
that
needed to
would
tell you.
that would make sense. That's the kind of people I normally hang around with anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, then she's on her way. She is on her way. Okay, but we're here for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Alan. So tell me, you were raised in Scotland. You're not there now, but you have all of this understanding of dragons. So talk to us. Do everybody have spirit guides that are dragons? How do we find this out?
The reason my belief in dragons is so strong and why they're so prevalent in me is, for one, they're my favorite fantasy creature ever. But my dad
Are
gave
we
me
gonna
what?
say fantasy in air quotes?
No.
Because when we say fantasy, people automatically assume unreal, right? Not existing.
Ah, but here's the quandary.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, my dad was also an amateur astronomer, and we're both heavy into science fiction. And also, in some ways, it also relates to my viewpoint of how the spirit world itself is. If we treat the possibility with the myriad of worlds that exist across the multitude of stars, which are so vast and so numerous they outcount the grains of sand across the entire planet, our entire planet.
Yeah.
Therein lies the possibility that even something we can imagine could in fact be a real on some other world in some other place in this universe. But in that edict, I also view the spirit world as a world in itself with its own ecology. We have rife within every single culture, be it Christianity, be it Muslim, Judaism, Buddhists, and Native American, Aztec. They all have the legends of the dragon in some form or another. My viewpoint is they perhaps did not see something that was perhaps physical to this realm, but perhaps something that was something that was in the realm of the spirit.
Right. And do you feel like, okay, because, it's interesting that we have similar stories across a vast landscape,
Yes.
right across the world, and yet they were not able to communicate with each other back then to be able to even say, we have dragons here or whatever, because it just wasn't a thing then.
Yeah.
Do you feel like anybody has the ability to find out or tap into this dragon energy?
If people are open to it, they can look for it and they can find it within themselves, because in many cultures, dragons represent wisdom. It's only in like the Christian cultures that that demonize the dragon in itself. Most other cultures of the Eastern philosophies view dragons as symbols of wisdom. The
That's new to
pagan
me. I didn't know that they demonized the dragons. Why?
St. George and the Dragon.
Why is a dragon bad? Why would they say a dragon is bad?
Because the view is a view is a creation of of him down below.
Oh, okay, because of the fire part.
Yes,
Okay, I got it.
and of course, if you go towards their symbolism when it comes to the end of days, they call on the W word of Babylon, riding atop the seven-headed serpent, the many-headed dragon.
Wow. Wow. Oof. And if someone wanted to find that within themselves, how would they go about that? And Sherry says she has an opal white dragon, and her name is Oracle. I love it. I love it.
For me, mine is a dragon of black and gold. It is both of the dark and the light.
That makes sense.
For And I'll sort of paraphrase Babylon 5 in a way, kind of. This is what sort of ties in what you're saying about the shadows, because those that actually walk within the shadows walk in both worlds and can see the balance between both.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's how I view things. And when I take myself on that, I do not ride the dragon, I become it.
Wow. Wow. Whew, this is giving me goosebumps. I know the divine energy is rising in the room. I feel it. And but before we get into more of these dragons, because I have so many more questions now, let's go ahead now and go into a divine experience. And for those of you guys at home who have never seen this show, I'm going to ask you now to participate. And what I'm asking you is to check within yourself and be honest. From 1 to 10, where are you energetically in this exact moment? 1, this is the least amount of energy I possibly could possess. The story, the label doesn't matter. And 10, this is the most amount of energy in this moment that I could possibly possess. So go ahead, take a look at yourself and put it in the comment section below now. Okay, Alan, where do you feel like you are at right now from 1 to 10?
8.
That's a
Was
good,
that a
strong
target?
number. I also feel like I'm at like an 8.6. Miss Tina, she's in a low place today, which we're going to help you out with that. She's at a 4. And Miss Nelsida, she is at a 7. And Miss Sherry, she is at also a 7. We have a lot of 7s here. Fantastic. Okay, guys. So what I'm going to invite Alan and everybody to do at home is clear your palms of anything that you're holding. Place your palms face up on your lap. You're going to close your eyes. I'm going to call in the team right now, and then I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock and send you energy to uplift you. You can, while I call in the team, you can set an intention for this for yourself. So here we go. Okay, 60 seconds on the clock now. Eyes closed. Taking a beautiful breath in and just coming into this state of surrender and releasing that breath and worry and everything that no longer serves you is leaving the body. Beautiful, natural. Next inhale in. Gold energy going down the spine, beyond the spine, down into Mother Earth, down into the many miles of her beautiful beautiful body, of her rock, of her sediment, and we're just going to connect to her and ground our energy within her. Breathing in beautiful gold light into our heart space now. This gold light fills your heart and expands beyond your heart space. And on the next exhale, you're releasing what no longer serves you. Beautiful breath in again, gold energy, and allow this energy to swirl around your muscles, tendons, tissues, and bones, down to your cellular memory. And a nice big exhale, releasing what no longer serves you, no story, no label. I'm bringing that right palm and left palm to touch in front of your heart space, and I bow to you all. Namaste. And if this is your first time doing this, please do not stand, as the vehicle will still be in motion. So if you're feeling dizzy or lightheaded, you're going to place your left hand on your right knee and your right hand on your left knee. We call that being blissed out, and that's just energy moving through you. Okay, now guys, in the comment section below from 1 to 10, where are you? 10 being the most, 1 being the least. Go ahead in the comment section below. And if you felt anything, tingling, pressure, heat, cold, touching, something uncomfortable, electricity, water, doesn't matter what it is, colors, memories, put it right there in the comment section below. Okay, Mr. Allen, how are you feeling now?
Feeling good.
You're feeling good. What are you feeling? Did you feel anything?
Felt
Specific?
like I was actually flying.
You're flying? Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Miss Nelsida moved up to a 9. So where are you at now, Alan? You were at an 8.
That's about the same 9.
9. All right. So we moved up 1 point in 1 minute. That is pretty awesome. And while you guys are sitting there and grounding, we're going to get back to Alan and his story about dragons. And so, Alan, when's the first time you realized that dragons were real in this sense?
That's a hard one to pin down, actually. It's whoa. I think one of the things that sort of cemented dragons with me even more was I've been searching for ages for a tattoo. Now, my dad always told me, "You're not getting a tattoo till you leave this house." Left the house, spent the next 5, 6 years
Covering
get
yourself.
no searching for a
Oh.
tattoo, searching for a
Oh.
tattoo, and I ended up finding one, and it went big.
When you say
But
big and you make that face, it's like it's everywhere, isn't it?
just give me a sec. I just need to take the metal shirt off because it does stop.
Well, I mean, it's 50 pounds. Oof. Tina, I'm glad you moved up so many points. You went from that 4 to that 8. That's amazing. Drink water. This is the part of the show I definitely encourage water drinking. Okay, it helps the electricity move through. Okay, what we got? We got big dragon tattoo happening now. A massive dragon tattoo happening now. Yep, I was right. Ginormous, massive dragon, and that's the first tattoo.
As my first.
Yeah, you were just like, I want a butterfly. Wait, no, I want a giant dragon on me.
The tattooist did ask me, say, you sure you don't want it as a smaller tattoo? I said, nope, I want it as the same size as on that t-shirt.
Nice.
But when I had this done, there was something that changed. I started doing sort of a creation process of a character when my days doing live action role play. LARP, as some people may know it. Dungeon Dragons. And based on the live action format, you perform it physically and all the rest of it. But in the creation of an in-character dragon church, there was something inside me that I was able to visualize, and the energy that I started getting from doing it, that just seemed to draw something even more into me.
Wow. Well, yeah, because essentially the dragon image is the symbol of the dragon. It's the brand,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
symbols carry power with them. And as a Reiki master teacher, an IT master instructor, and a tattoo artist, it's kind of like people come to me like, oh, please tattoo this on me. And I'm like, well, do you realize this is a power symbol? And, tattooing yourself with it is you are invoking permanently that energy into your body.
Yes, I understand that completely. This collar I wear is precisely about that.
Oh, okay. So you're invoking that with the additional totem that you're
Two-
wearing on your
two
necklace.
people. The two people that helped me out of a very dark space I was in back in 2016.
And what happened back in 2016?
March 2016, I lost my partner to deep vein thrombosis.
Right, right. Sorry to
She,
hear about that.
We didn't even know she had it, and it hit her like a freight train, and she was gone from me. I'd spent about a year unguided, unsure, not knowing which direction I was taking, and I was playing with online chat rooms, and I come across two young ladies, and I won't say their full titles because this is a family show, but they're Sarah and Candice. They came into my life, and I bonded with them. They've bonded with me. I don't think I need to go into description what I mean by color, correct?
Right. You don't have to.
No. But the colours have significance because in our characters we designed, I brought them into the whole dragon thing.
Okay.
One got this part of a black dragon, the other one part of a gold dragon. So I can't get used to the fact that the StreamYard seem to reverse the cameras, the camera sides.
Yeah.
But in that vein, I got this for Sarah because out of our gypsy family crew, she's the hand of fire that tempers the steel of our family.
So do you feel like having this connection to this dragon gave you some kind of extra edge or power or energy during this really low time that you had the passing of your partner?
Yes, basically because they started sharing my storyline. They started sharing that energy as well. And the other one, This one is the mother bear for Candice. We view her as the furious mother bear who protects us all.
Right.
Anyone attacks any member of family, I would rather upset Brock Lesnar from WWE. No, The Undertaker. I would sooner step on The Undertaker's toes.
That is
than
so funny.
upset her. But they're both very beautiful people, and the energy they gave back to me helped bring things back to life again for me, and it allowed me to start reconnecting to some things that I lost.
I
Over
understand.
the years.
Kind of like how that card kind of resembles that story today about the lost love and
Yes.
softening to love. And that's what I feel like is just finding joy after immense hurt and
Yeah.
recognizing that there's still things to be grateful for and there is still beauty in your life. And it sounds like dragon energy helped you do that. How? Because we have about 4 minutes, but how did that present itself to you? That dragon energy. How did it help you? What does that look like?
Uh, It's not so much look; it's feel.
Okay.
It's the strength within the shoulders, the power of the wings, the energy that builds within the feeling of heart, and the strength of will, which gives clarity of thought.
Quality of thought. That's very important.
Not
That is
quality,
so very.
clarity.
Oh, clarity. Oh, clarity is just as important. Just as important as quality
Yeah.
of thought. So, speaking of quality, and thank you for sharing that. I want you to see if maybe you can tap into some of that dragon energy over there, because we're going to be coming into this next segment, and this is all about tapping into your inner child. But maybe you have a leg up with this fire breathing animal behind you. We're going to come in and test all of you guys with a psychic test called the Apollo Games. So if there's anyone else in your house, go ahead, bring them in, and bring the husband, bring the wife, bring the kitties, and let's play the Apollo Games. Okay, so now what's going to happen is I'm going to give Alan a question, and this is for you guys at home as well. And all you have to do is guess. And if you guess the right, well, not guess, predict. And if you predict the right answer, you're going to get from me, the Oracle of Apollo, a one-of-a-kind social distancing high five. All right? So it is coveted, and everybody around the world wants it. So I know you want it too. So want it bad enough, tap into your inner child, and let's go.
What face mask will I wear today? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Put your comment in the comment section below now.
Okay, guys, you have until the end of this music to tell me if I'm going to wear mask 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, Alan, what is your answer? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
3. Okay, well, we got you guys at home. Miss Tina is saying numero uno. Philly Doug is saying numero dos. Sherry Queen says numero tres. This is in order? Are you guys like conspiring against, one? Can we just have some? Is anybody gonna say 4? Doug goes with all of them. Okay, Doug's just like all of them. The answer is all of them. All right, guys, those are your final answers. Let's go ahead here.
What face mask will I wear today? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Put your comment in the comment section below now. Reveal time! Did you say 4?
Oh man, it was 4. Oh, my heart is breaking. No, I'm kidding. Good job, everybody, for your attempt. And don't worry, there are no losers here on Divine Encounters. Just the wrong answer. But you can come back Sunday night and try again. Yes, thank you for playing with me, Alan. I appreciate. If there's anybody who wants to get in touch with you or share a story with you, or maybe even get something made by you with the aluminum rings and things that you do, where can they get a hold of you, please?
Well, they have my email address at joseph.light@gmail.com. Get in touch with me, and we can perhaps work out what it is you would like to have, and I will try my best under the whole current COVID crisis to try and work out a reasonable price and something that you like.
Love it. And Philly Doug says 2 plus 2 equals 4. Thank you for that. Thank you. That I think everyone here needed to see that today. We appreciate you, Philly Doug. Okay, Alan, I'm gonna put you in the back room, in the green room, and I'm gonna bring you right back in a few minutes. Okay, guys, you guys know what it is. It's that time of the day. We're gonna do the midweek collective energy check-in, and everybody who has shared this week, I see you. I wrote your names down, and you will be participating, the ones that shared this week, for next Wednesday's night's message. Okay, so we're going to come into the midweek collective energy check-in, and this is basically the energy for the rest of the week for everybody. So sit back, relax, and let's see what else is happening this week in the collective, which I would love to know where my stuff is for that, because I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Hey.
There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me.
All right, so coming into the check-in, we have here starting off is the Karma card, 3, domino effects. And people tend to believe that karma is just like, I don't know, this kind of like active energy force that's there to kind of like take you down when you do something bad. But really, karma is in effect all the time. It's in effect when you're thinking. It's in effect when you're speaking. It's in effect when you're meditating with your actions. Everything you do is naturally creating karma, and we see that as Newton's law, as every action has an equal but opposite reaction. So we call this a natural law. So everything you put out, you will receive. It may not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but you may harvest this later on, good or bad. And those two words are not even relevant here so much so, because that's really perspective, right? Good and bad. But whatever you put out, you're going to get back. So if you feel like right now you need to be working on a project, healing something, getting closer to someone, softening yourself, receiving more love in your life, this is the time, because this is saying if you put it out, it's going to come back to you. With the number 3, then we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, and divine plan. And just like that karma card, where I'm kind of like, what you put out is what you're going to receive again, this is saying laying foundations. So yes, whatever you put out to create foundations is what the rest of your house will be built on. So if you put a foundation that's shaky there, it's going to fall apart. You're going to have a tower moment. It's going to come crumbling down. So make sure what you're putting onto your foundation has value. It's something that makes you joyful. It's not something that you're doing out of fear or spite or neglect or the needing of validation. When you create a foundation of any aspect of your life, it should bring you joy. You should be happy while you're creating this. You should be feeling in alignment with what this is. And for no other reason but for your own sense of joy should this be created. Then we have prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. I love this because we think of Taurus as this quite stubborn animal. He's the bull in the china shop, right? But the thing is, when I say Taurus is stubborn, people kind of automatically assume that the word stubborn is a negative connotation word, and it isn't. Stubborn means I am not quitting. I am not stopping. I am moving ahead. Be stubborn. Be stubborn when you make your foundations, because it's for you. And putting up proper boundaries, allowing love to come in, this is for you. And this is what's going to create a prosperity ahead. This is because you're planting seeds now. Your harvest won't be right now, but when it's ready, when you've nurtured it, when you've given it TLC and it's risen from the earth, and you start to see that it's taken hold and roots and begins to blossom, you'll be receiving all of this prosperity. And when I say prosperity, prosperity is different than abundance. Abundance is all about, in abundance, it could be time, energy, people. But prosperity, we're talking about money, okay? When we talk about prosperity. And it's talking about a time in your life where you're receiving money consistently and you can rely on the foundations that you've created. So I feel like for many of us, especially coming out of 2020, we're looking for ways to be more innovative in the way we're making money. Most of us want to make money from home now, or trying to make money from home. So put these foundations into place, make sure you have a good intention behind it, and you're going to see how fast and how rewarding this will be. Once the Taurus bull takes movement forward, there is no stopping that mass beast. So be stubborn, break all the obstacles, break the glass ceiling, break the glass walls, get to your destination, and be that bull. You have for your animal for the week, you have rat. Be true to yourself, and the universe will reward you. So this is kind of just like chiming in on what I said earlier about being authentic to what you're creating, okay? And as long as you're coming from that authentic space, that loving space, and not, I'm making this because I want to be the Joneses, as long as you're doing this for the right reasons for yourself, for noble, justified reasons, universe will see that, karma will see that, and that energy will be reflected back into your life. It will be your reward because you gave so effortlessly, you gave so wonderfully, and you gave all of yourself to yourself. We have here, we have here the Traveler card. Move in a new direction. So that time, we're coming out of a time of stagnation, a time of waiting, a time of maybe no movement. You might be physically traveling here. I'm physically traveling actually the day after tomorrow. But this is showing me there's movement forward. There's progression forward. There's steps being taken here. This is active. This is coming out of the mind, coming out of the air, and coming into the now. What can I do now to get to move forward? What can I do now to build my foundations? When we talked about building those foundations, that's the active energy of putting your effort and your energy into physically doing something. It's not enough to rest on your laurels of the things you succeeded on. Now it's time for the new to come in. And this whole reading right now is all about new things coming in, prosperity coming in, beginnings coming in, and a move in a different direction. Let's see what your angel blessings are. And if you have never seen this before, these cards are not tarot cards or oracle. They are blessing cards. I opened an angel portal before this feed, and I expedite this into your energy field to come to you this week, with the assistance of the angels, of course. And Angel Ariel is blessing you with spirituality. And the angels always want to work with you, but they respect your free will, and you have to claim these blessings. So do so in the comment section below. And Angel Sarah blesses you with simplicity. And now these blessings, I don't really like to break them down and interpret them, because they're going to come to you, and I'm actually going to zoom in on this a little bit. They're going to come to you in whatever form they feel like best for you. But we're being blessed with spirituality and simplicity, and things don't have to be so hard. We don't have to work. We think that we have to work so hard to accomplish something, but when we're doing it from a sense of love and balance, and everything just flows and it's easy, and we tap into our heart space so easily. And I feel like that's all kind of just combined with this beautiful reading that we've all received today. So I hope this all serves you. If you have any thoughts on this, please share them in the comment section below. And let's bring Mr. Allen back up here. Okay, Mr. Allen, you are back up here. Thank you for coming back. And what do you feel about this reading, or is there anything you want to add to this?
Well, for one, that the rat card, that's actually my Chinese star symbol.
Oh.
I was actually born on the year of the water rat. I actually follow the elements that most people, they follow the Chinese calendar, but they don't follow the fact that each symbol actually has an elemental side to it as well.
Oh, what's the elemental for rat? Do you know?
No, it's each star symbol has all the different elements, but they cycle. They cycle like it. But I was actually born in the year of the water rat, 1972.
Nice. So I feel like that's like an extra special message for you too. Then new things are coming in. It might be the lady with the tongue piercing. I'm just gonna put that pin in there. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm like 95% accurate as a psychic medium, so we're just gonna put a pin in that. Yeah.
I do feel that life is taking a different turn this year. The energy for me is felt different from the very beginning. My energy back into my craft has grown. My inner exploration has been growing even more these past few months as well. So that chimes in with how my life is actually turning on its own way as well.
Wow. Whew. This has been an amazing episode. Alan, is there anything you want to give to any a message for anybody out there who maybe
Well,
wants to work with dragon or anything that you want to add?
well, I've actually got a poem.
Pawn?
A poem. It
A
was
poem.
from a chapter called "The Song of Dragons."
Oh, please. I would love to hear this.
This one is called "The Language of Dragons." And it goes like this: The language of dragons is the sleep of magic, hard as a gate, slick as quicksilver, cold barometer of the brazen heart and the destined wing. Out of the country, twined and murderous, in a spring of stars, let the word bind the body. To the wind of the senses, bind the invisible, nerve of the air, bind the loose, jess and unfetter, the blank in a waiting country. Here in the season of hawks, and oh may the word upon word engender, past fear, in sleep may it ride, limning the imagined life of the planets, Jillian in Syrian, Book of the Flame, here at the Alchemist's Gate, where the sound of a singing assembles, disassembles, weaving a veil over nothing.
Wow. That is powerful. That is powerful. What did you guys think of that? And what do you feel like the takeaway message of that poem? What does that poem mean to you that you felt like you really had to bring it onto the show today? Alan, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I said, what did you feel like the importance of that poem was that you wanted to bring it onto the show today?
It's to me, it's the language of dreams itself, because in our dreams we are free of our physical bodies and limitations of that we place on ourselves on each and every day. Our dreams are given possibility of flight and of imagination to not only dream of things that we may have, but also give the dreams meaning to help solve the times and troubles that strike us at this current point.
Yeah. And, I feel like we need to learn how to dream bigger. It's like there's so many limitations. It's almost like we don't give ourselves permission to fly.
Yes.
We don't give ourselves permission to dream. Or, I have clients all over the world, and they're in very high positions, many of them. And I find this pattern. It doesn't matter who they are, but I find this pattern a lot of people who are like, I just don't understand what my dreams are. And then it really comes down to not giving myself permission to dream, because I'm so obligated by all of the mundane, the day to day, and I've gotten so caught up in that I don't remember what it's like to tap into that inner child and dream. Dreaming has a place in your life, okay? Without dreaming, inspiration does not come in, and without that inspiration coming in, passion won't come in. And
Without a doubt.
Right. And without that passion, where's your creativity? Where's your creation? We are co-creators of our universe. We are here to create. We are all God and goddesses of our realms. And we're here to expand our awareness. We're here to live. We are here to live, and we are here to love. And it's not until we've exhausted every avenue, every channel, every path, that our soul will not rest and our soul will not transform into the cosmic dragon that it has always meant to be. That's what I feel about that.
Yes.
Okay. That is awesome. And thank you. We have a winner today, Alan. Let's see if we can get her. Is she here? Let's see. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Who is here now? Let me know in the comment section below. I have a winner from Sunday night, but she is not here. Then we just won't have a winner today, which is kind of makes me a little bit sad. But then we'll have a winner next week. And just so letting you guys know, I won't be here Sunday night and Wednesday, like physically Philadelphia. I'm actually going away for my birthday, but I will have a horoscope pre-recorded for you for Sunday night. So please join in, and I will have next Wednesday's show pre-recorded, so please join in. Tina's here. Sherry is here, but my lady that I had to share here today is not here today. So what? You know what? I'm gonna do this because the next week's gonna be pre-recorded, and I know I won't get anybody. I'm just gonna see between these people who did share. Thank you for my birthday wishes. See who between you Spirit wants to give a message to. Hold on a second. Okay, so between the people that are here now, I don't know who this is for. Has somebody here either had a recent anniversary of somebody who's passed, or recently visited the cemetery, or currently has someone who passed? Because I see myself, I'm taking flowers to a mausoleum. So from the people that are here, I want to say this message will be for whoever has recently been to a cemetery, brought flowers to cemetery. Thank you, Marlene. Tina says, yes, that's me. Okay, Tina, this is for you. That's what I'm seeing. And I have a question because I don't ever get the mausoleum imagery. Is it a mausoleum? Like, are they buried in the wall thing? Let me know. I'm going to pull a card for you, my heart. Beep-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, this is for Tina. We got, give Tina a little break here. Let's see. Okay, Tina. You got, ooh, okay. At Christmas time, Tina went. All right. Okay. It's interesting because Tina says it's a grave. So I'm interested to know why they would show me mausoleum. Sherry says someone she buried 1229. Sherry, question for you. Is it a mausoleum or a grave? Like, are they in the wall or are they in a grave? Okay, so here's what I have. She's in a grave. Oh, wait, that's still Tina. Okay, so here's what I have for the message for the day. And this will be for one of these two ladies because they both have been recently to the cemetery. And I can't differentiate between both of you right now because we just don't have enough time. We only have literally like a minute and a half. Oh, okay. Sherry says your aunt is in the wall. Got it. This is for Sherry then, Tina. Sorry. Okay, Sherry. It says you and your loved ones are safe and you need to know that. So if you were worried about your aunt, the way her passing, I feel like she would have been sick towards the end of her life. I see like vomiting is what I'm seeing here. I need you to know that she's okay and that I just feel like nausea and vomiting. But this doesn't happen anymore for her. And there's here that she's trying to communicate with you. And I feel like you're seeing little glitters, maybe glitters or sparkles in the corners of your eyes, or maybe you're like, oh, well, or aura, maybe even like lights. But I feel like I want to say that she's trying to communicate with you because you're going to be going through a process, or you are going through the process of this ending, and it has been very difficult for you. It says, what are you clinging on to? So I feel like for you, I want to say, she's giving you bread for the journey ahead, which tells me that she's giving you support and that you're going to know she's there. And I feel like if you haven't already, you're going to be smelling some kind of flowers or perfume here. And she says, white witch, be the light. So continue to be that light. Do not let this grief overcloud you or overshadow you. There's a lot of love coming in here for you, and I feel a lot of connection to nature also is very prevalent for you too, coming in the near future. Walking trails, hiking, camping. I feel like this is going to be your new solace or your new connection, or assist you even further. So I hope that serves you, Sherry. May you all go in love, light, and wisdom. And thank you, Alan, for being here today, and thank you everybody for tuning in. And please tune in Sunday night for your horoscopes, and Wednesday night next week for our next divine encounter, which we're going to be talking about a supernatural story time around a near-death experience. A marathon runner gets hit by a truck.
And if people want to see me, I shall be on the Morning Brew tomorrow morning.
The Morning Brew. So go find Alan on the Morning Brew on Facebook land. Thank you, Alan. Go in love, light, and wisdom, everybody. To know thyself, love thyself, and remember, the divine always has your back.
May the endless skies and the endless sea of stars be a harbor and a sign of hope for you all.
Namaste.
If I